So, today we're going to dive into a city that literally shimmers with silver. It's this incredible place where centuries-old history bumps right up against modern industry, and you've got the wild North Sea crashing against this amazing granite coastline. Yep, we're talking about Aberdeen, what I think is Scotland's most underrated gem. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to see exactly why it deserves a spot on your must-visit list.
You know, this quote from a really seasoned traveler, it just perfectly sets the scene, doesn't it? The idea that you can go to 70 countries and still be surprised by a place like Aberdeen, it really is a city of discovery, a place that can genuinely surprise even people who think they've seen it all. It's this little corner of the UK that, honestly, a lot of people, even in Britain, just haven't gotten around to exploring. But man, does it offer a truly unique Scottish experience.
So, Aberdeen, it's kind of got this split personality in the best way possible. On one hand, pretty much everyone knows it as the oil capital of Europe, this powerhouse of industry and tech. But then on the other hand, it has these super deep royal connections. I mean, the Queen's Scottish home, Balmoral Castle, is just down the road. That's how it earned the nickname a city fit for a queen. And it's that mix, that blend of raw industrial power and this ancient, almost regal grandeur that makes Aberdeen just so unique.
All right, so let's kick things off right in the heart of modern Aberdeen. This is where you really get to see and kind of feel what this city is all about.
Okay, so it's really not hard to see why they call Aberdeen the Granite City. I mean, look at it. The buildings are almost all made from this local gray granite, and it gives the whole place this really distinct, solid character. But here's the cool part. If you look a little closer, you'll see why it's also called the Silver City. See, the granite is packed with this mineral called mica, and it literally glitters in the light. It gives the whole city this kind of magical sparkle, especially right after it rains. It's beautiful.
But, to really get Aberdeen today, you got to look back at its history. It all starts way back in 1179, when it was made a royal burgh, a huge deal for its economy. Then, get this, in 1319, Robert the Bruce gives the city this amazing charter that basically made it financially independent. And that legacy, it's still helping out the people of Aberdeen today. Pretty cool, right? Okay. Let's fast forward a bit. In 1860, the city's two universities combined, creating this major hub for learning. And then, 1969, the year that changed everything. That's when they found oil in the North Sea, and modern Aberdeen was born.
Wow, just look at this place. This is Marischal College. It's just a jaw-dropping example of that granite architecture we were talking about. And fun fact, it's the second largest granite building in the entire world. Those incredible spires, they're a huge part of the city's skyline. And if you just take a short walk from here, you'll end up in the Castle Gate. It's this historic square where you'll find the Market Cross. This thing is from the 17th century, and it's covered in carvings of Scottish kings and queens. It's just such a powerful symbol of the city's amazing history.
Now, tucked away right in the city center is this absolute gem, Provost Skene's house. You got to see this. It was built all the way back in 1545, which makes it the oldest townhouse still standing in the city. And the best part? It's now a free museum, and it tells the stories of all these amazing people from Aberdeen. Inventors, artists, you name it. It's a really cool tribute to the city's local heroes. So you might be hearing that word provost and thinking, what on earth is that? And yeah, that's a great question. Basically, back in the day in a Scottish burgh, the provost was a top dog, one of the main rulers. Think of it like being the mayor. So our guy, Provost Skene, was a pretty big deal in his time.
Okay, ready to step back in time? We're going to leave the modern city behind for a bit and head north to Old Aberdeen. This is a place where history really feels alive.
Believe it or not, Old Aberdeen was the original settlement. It was its own separate town, right at the mouth of the River Don. And let me tell you, walking around here is a totally different vibe. You've got these quiet, cobblestone streets, the historic university right in the middle. It just has this peaceful, scholarly atmosphere that feels like a million miles away from the busy city center. In the centerpiece of it all, it's got to be King's College Chapel. I mean, this is part of the University of Aberdeen, which was founded way back in 1495. To put that in perspective, that makes it the fifth oldest university in the whole English-speaking world. The chapel itself is just breathtaking, a perfect example of 15th century architecture and really the symbolic heart of Old Aberdeen.
You know, you can look at all the pictures you want, but this quote from a visitor just nails the feeling of being there. I feel like I've just stepped into Hogwarts. And honestly, they're not wrong. With all the grand old buildings, the cobblestone streets, and that scholarly vibe, you really do feel like you could be on the set of Harry Potter. It has that same kind of magic. So if you're thinking of going, let me give you a quick little walking tour itinerary. You got to start at King's College Chapel. From there, just wander over to St. Mark's Cathedral. It's been standing there since the 12th century, which is just wild. Then take a little walk over to the Brigo Balgoni. It's this incredible steep arched bridge from the 13th century. For over 500 years, that was the main way to get into this city from the north. Amazing. Okay, so when you hear the Granite City, you're probably picturing a lot of gray, right? Well, that could not be further from the truth. So now let's check out the other side of Aberdeen. Its vibrant, natural side, from its stunning parks to that amazing wild coastline.
45. Just let that number sink in. That's how many parks and gardens there are in Aberdeen. It's no surprise this city has won a ton of Britain in Bloom awards. It's a city that literally blossoms, planting millions of roses, daffodils, and crocuses every single year. It's just bursting with color.
And the natural beauty here is so diverse. You're just a 15-minute walk from the city's center to this long, beautiful, sandy beach. It's perfect for a walk along the North Sea. And hey, keep your eyes peeled, you might even see some dolphins. Then you've got Seaton Park right next to Old Aberdeen. It's this gorgeous, peaceful spot with beautiful gardens and wetlands by the river. A paradise if you're into bird watching for things like herons and kingfishers. And if you want something a little different, you have to visit Gothic Park. Its winter gardens are incredible, this huge glass house full of tropical plants. It's like a warm, vibrant escape no matter what the Scottish weather is doing outside. Oh, and always keep an eye on the sky out by the coast. You'll often see the most spectacular rainbows.
Right, we can't really talk about Aberdeen without getting into the industry that has shaped its modern story. Let's dive into the city's relationship with the sea and how that connection fueled its success way before anyone ever heard of North Sea oil.
Okay, here's a mind-blowing fact for you. Aberdeen Harbor is actually the oldest business in Britain. Yeah, it was established all the way back in 1136. For hundreds of years, the city's economy was all about fishing, building ships, even making paper. But then, of course, the discovery of North Sea oil changed everything. It transformed Aberdeen into the energy capital it is today, bringing in people from all over the world, which has made the city's culture so much richer. Now, it's got one of the busiest heliports on the planet, and get this, the highest number of millionaires per capita in all of Scotland.
So if all this has you thinking about a trip, and I hope it has, getting there is actually pretty easy. Aberdeen has its own international airport, and there are direct trains from big cities like Edinburgh, Glasgow, and even London. You can even take the famous Caledonian Sleeper for a cool overnight journey. And if you're driving, the A90 is the main road that'll get you there from the north or south.
All right, for our last stop, we're going to hop just outside the city, because you absolutely cannot visit this area without seeing what is, without a doubt, one of the most iconic, most unforgettable sights in all of Scotland. Behold, Dunatar Castle. I mean, come on, look at that. It's this incredible ruined medieval fortress, just perched so dramatically on a cliff sticking right out into the North Sea. And it's super easy to get to. You just take a 20-minute train to the lovely little town of Stonehaven. From there, it's about a 45-minute walk along the coastal path, and the views are just out of this world. The fortress itself goes back to the 14th century, and it's just soaked in Scottish history. It really is the perfect, epic way to finish your trip. So there you have it, Aberdeen. It's a city of sparkling granite, of the gold from its energy industry, and of this deep, powerful connection to the sea that goes back centuries. It's a place that really asks you to look past the obvious headlines and discover all these amazing layers of history, culture, and nature just waiting there. So I'll just leave you with one question. Isn't it about time you discovered Aberdeen for yourself?